skating update. You saw the shot, BC Place, Heritage Classic, and the one and only Pat Quinn, former Canucks GM and head coach, among other things in your career. Great to have you here on the show, Pat. And first things first, we got to ask you about what just went down yesterday. You surprised at the outcome, given the Team Canada assembled with the hockey?
No, the only thing that would have surprised me is if we hadn't come together as a team. They looked like they had the leadership. They certainly had the talent. We were the most talented team there, and all of those naysayers, I could name some names even, that said, oh, Canada's not developing any players. They are living in the past. And in the 70s, we weren't. We were developing guys that threw the puck in and went and beat you up, you know. And so through the 80s, 90s, after the Centers of Excellence, Canada started Bill Hay and Murray Costello. Canada started to pay a lot more attention to fundamentals. Now we can skate, stick handle, shoot. But one thing we do better is usually come together as a team. We didn't do it in Torino, but we didn't have the maturity to do it there. This team was mature and ready, and boy, they were so efficient. That was just an incredible performance.
What's the biggest challenge when you get that much talent? Like you said, it's such a talented team. They come together, you don't have a lot of time to sort of structure it. And how do you sort out who does what, when, and how? Do you just let the chips fall?
Well, you watch the players enough that you have a good feeling about them, and there's certain ones you trust, like your own team. And there's some guys that you can trust there because they're the leaders of their team. Often they're the captains and the leaders. They stand out wherever they are. And you know, we have Taze and Sydney and
Martin St. Louis now.
Yeah, even
Speaking
Martin.
Of,
yeah.
like, leader.
Martin was a leader on his team in Tampa Bay, and still is. And on defense, you know, I don't know that we have sent. One of our Achilles' heels was our defense for a few years there. We had a couple of pretty good ones, but not like. Went there this year, and it was team defense, but really set up by the speed, the size.
Well, they ended up scoring.
Well, in
the end.
Yeah, that's not even counting the scoring. What allowed them the opportunity to score was their ability to turn that puck around, where they had to skate it out, pass it out. There was such preparation there, and we always said in 2002 when we put that Salt Lake team together, it changed from what they called a ghost roster. Canada used to use a ghost roster, which to me was useless, because you'd cherry pick somebody and pluck them into a hole. You know, might not be your best players. And we said, baloney, we're taking our best players, and we'll show them if we can and how to play the game. Or give them the opportunity to play. You don't show them in 2 or 3 days, right. You know. But so we brought in people with leadership skills, people that were smart, that had game sense out there, who could skate and that had humility.
Yeah,
you know?
At the end of the day, that humility in the class that came forward from Team Canada, both men and women, spectacular.
It didn't matter who scored the goals; they got the big one. You know, and that's
team effort.
That's where Canada beats the other countries right now, to me.
Yeah. And you helped orchestrate one of the greatest thrill rides in Vancouver Canucks history. Take it back to 1994 Heritage Classic. That's what we're celebrating this Sunday. What do you remember the most? I mean, the fan frenzy's got to be one thing, but as a coach, what was it? What was that leadership, that advice that you gave to these players that allowed them to step up?
Well, I'm not sure it's advice. It's different setup because you're working all year long, and in some case, several years with a player and watching them grow. And in '87, when I came, we had not a very good team, and we had needed a lot of replacements. And that started with the draft of Trevor Linden. And then from there, we brought the Russians in, Larionov especially, really a smart player with an ability in English to help. Then we got Bure in, but in the meantime, we also got those foot soldiers. Look at how these guys, we're all looking for the stars to score, but guess who did a lot of the scoring? It was, aside from the defense, it was the guys you wouldn't expect, Jamie Benn and good kids, but you don't expect that out of them. And so we had players that started to fill in so that we became a good team, and then that's the goal is again to have players with the humility that support themselves, support each other. I mean, to become a team, you can't have a bunch of eyes on there.
No.
And
we saw that picture, that iconic picture now of Kirk McLean and Trevor Linden. These guys are all getting together with you and the entire 94 team this Sunday at the Heritage Classic. There are still tickets available for this, the Tim Hortons NHL Heritage Classic at BC Place Stadium. Ticketmaster.ca/NHL. Looking forward to seeing you down there. We're all going to be there. I know Michelle's going to be there too.